A lot of people don't believe this way, but it says when Jesus was on the cross, that there was two guys on the cross with him, and, he gave them the chance to give their life to God. I told Kay I had surgery here a few months ago, and she was worried, because she's only had one surgery in her lifetime, and, she kept telling me that she was worried. And I said, Kay, look, I said, God's giving me a message to preach. He's not going to take me away before I have a chance to preach that message. And that being said, I've told several people, this is a message God gave me to preach. So if I pass away tonight, I want everybody to have a party, because I will be sitting at the right hand of the Father. But, I got the pleasure back when I was 7 years old. My dad had lung cancer. My mom says she don't remember this, but we went to the bathroom door because he was in there for a long time. We heard him praying. A lot of people don't believe in bed repentance. But my Bible says all I have to do is ask God to forgive me of my sins, and I'm forgiven. So there's not a doubt in my mind that when I die that I'll get to spend the rest of my life with all my fathers, my real dad, Jesus, and God. This story, we're going to go wherever the Holy Spirit leads us, but believe it or not, this story has a point. When I had my surgery, that was the awfulest pain I've ever felt in my lifetime. I didn't think about nothing but me. And here we are, got a man named Jesus that wore a crown of thorns, drug his cross up to be nailed to, for us, so we'd have everlasting life. I don't know if anybody on this earth would do that for anybody else. I love Bubba. I love Kay with all my heart, but I would never let nobody nail me to a cross. I just, after kidney stones, I couldn't handle it. He did this for us, so we'd have everlasting life. They beat him. Anything imaginable that they could do to him to hurt him, they did it. When he was thirsty, they put a sponge in his mouth with vinegar in it. I can just imagine with the way vinegar smells and how it would taste. I think it was, 9 hours he hung on the cross. And usually, nobody lived that long hanging on the cross. He did all of that for us, all that suffering. Then finally he said, it's finished. At that point, we had everlasting life. God give his son's life for us. I know this didn't last as long as I was hoping it would. But there's a song that I sit at work all the time, and I listen to gospel music. I know I'm from Georgia. It sort of shocked me that, some of the people don't know some of the groups that I know, but there's a group called the Florida Boys. And this guy, he's a Baptist. And, you never hear a Baptist saying, I wished I was Pentecostal. You never have a Pentecostal saying that I wished I was a Baptist. But this guy sung this song. He said, when God was on the cross, or when Jesus was on the cross, I was on his mind. But not just me, all of y'all was on his mind. Amen. He sung it like 2 times. And then he told Les, I can't remember his last name, he said, if we sing it again, he said, I might turn Pentecostal. But that's just amazing that, for one, that God would give his son and that he would go through so much just so somebody like me could have everlasting life. I don't deserve that. Like I said, I'm not a good Christian. I struggle every day. you know, God has taught me, you know, anybody that don't know me personally can ask Kay. I'm very impatient. And since going to church here and listening to Bubba and listening to God, God's taught me on the way to work in my area of traffic to sit there and pray. So, you know, gladly now, nothing on my way to work bothers me. You know, but that's the message that I had, you know, was when God was on the cross, you know, I change it up. I don't say I was on his mind. We were on his mind. You know, that's all I got.
That's good. Amen.